Hey guys, welcome back to Today we're going to be reviewing the Whoop strap. Show the Whoop. It's a wearable, I guess, what do we call it? Like wearable tech?
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Yeah, wearable tech, and it's supposed to just like measure your,
your sleep consistency, quality, and duration for the most part.
Well, that's why we wanted to use the Whoop. We were interested in learning more about how we slept, but it also measures like your heart rate throughout the day, your body stress. I guess the reason why you guys should care about it, or why this may look familiar, if you watch the Joe Rogan podcast and you remember Sober October from like 2018 or 2019, everybody got a pretty good insight into how these things worked and how they could spy on each other, who was getting enough sleep, who wasn't. And what we're going to talk about, I guess, is our experience using it. We'll show you what the app looks like. If you guys want to sign up, of course, there's a link in the description. But I guess the first thing you might want to see is like, here, take it off. When you buy it, you get like a box like this big. I'm trying to hold it up to the webcam. And inside the box, yeah, just take it off.
Okay, I was going to show them how.
Oh, yeah. Show them how.
Okay, it's kind of confusing, and I don't actually know if I'm doing it right. I actually think I put it on backwards. But I go in here, pull the strap from the top, and pull it like that, but then the whole thing,
Taking it on and off was like always a challenge. I don't know if we were doing it wrong, but like it really, I guess it makes sense that it's like not easy to take off because you're supposed to have it on. Pretty much all day, so you're not taking it off very often. Actually, that's another good point. So when you get the Whoop, like you get this box, right? And inside the box, you get a little setup QR code. When you scan that, it puts the app on your phone. You get a charger, and this is why I was saying that they probably don't care how hard it is to take off. You know, this little this thing basically, when you put it on, it snaps like that, and then now it's pretty secure. There's a little green LED light that pops up through the bottom. And I don't think you're supposed to see the light, because if you can see the light, that means the sensor's not secure against your wrist. Now, when it comes to putting it on, you're supposed to go an inch from the top of your wrist, and it's supposed to basically just stay right about there, throughout the day, throughout the night. And to charge it, this is why they don't care, because you don't actually have to take it off to charge. You just slip the charger on, just like that. So did you guys see that? This charger slips on and off super easy, and you can kind of hear it clicking. Boom. And then while it's charging, you'll see it lights up like that. Okay, and this is actually, since you don't see 3 white lights, it's actually charging the bracelet. If you see 3 white lights, it's fully charged. And then when you take the charger off and you actually plug in the charger, you'll see the same white lights, and it'll be red if it's not fully charged. Okay, so little color coding there. Also, to check the battery power on your Whoop strap, while it's on your wrist, you can just double tap the top, and then you see that light on the side pops up, and that indicates the battery power that's left. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good tutorial of like the wearable part.
Now the more important part is, how did you feel about the product?
Oh, there's the green light too that you're not supposed to be able to see. Yeah, and why don't you give your thoughts first?
So I wore mine for approximately 2 days. Now, I'm not typically someone that likes to wear a lot of stuff around my neck or my wrist, so it was kind of already annoying from the start. But overall, I feel like I slept with it pretty okay. It was getting a little too tight and bulky on my wrist. But I do have to say that throughout the night, I did take it off one night. And I know I woke up several times throughout the night, whether to use the potty or to help my dog use the potty.
We'll show you guys the interruptions, because it's supposed to measure interruptions.
But I do have to say, from what I noticed, my interruptions were not aligned with when I was awake.
Yeah, so we'll show you guys that, but when you load the app on your phone, it syncs with so setting all this up may seem complicated, but it's actually pretty simple and straightforward. And once it's set up, you don't really need to do anything. It'll also track information here, even if your phone's not nearby, so it'll sync it whenever it can. So here's just one day that I screenshotted. I wanted to show you guys the app. Again, we were really only interested in sleep. We realized after like a week of using this that you're supposed to like hit start activity and tell it if you're sleeping or tell it if you're working out. Yeah. Otherwise, it will try to auto detect it, but it's not perfect. I mean, it can auto detect sleep pretty well. So on this day, it says I was 43% recovered, 8.8 day strain, which I guess isn't like that great. I don't think that's that hard of a workout.
Okay.
It measures cardio more than anything, so it looks at your heart rate. Okay.
It tells you how many calories you burned?
Yeah. So it says 2,100, although it's estimating, because I know my brain burns more calories than my workouts probably do, because I sit here like at the computer all day working. So day strain 8.8. I guess I don't have like strain between 6 and 9.9 are considered light. So I figured it never really, I didn't get like crazy cardio in while I was wearing this thing. 43% recovery. So Whoop calculates how recovered your body is by measuring changes in heart rate variability, resting heart rate, respiratory rate, and duration of sleep. Sleep performance, this is what we were mainly interested in. And so when you get to the app, you can just kind of swipe with your thumb and see the main screens, but then you can drill down further into things like sleep. So it said I needed 8 hours and 14 minutes of sleep. I only got 6 hours and 8 minutes of sleep. One thing that was super interesting was I could be in bed for like 8.5 hours, but it would say you only got 7 hours of sleep. So it measures, I guess, through your heart rate, and it knows like when you're in REM sleep, when you're in light sleep, when you're in deep sleep, etc. So if we drill down into the sleep performance, you can see here that I was in bed. I guess this really wasn't a great day of being in bed for me. So it says time in bed, only 6 hours and 39 minutes. Not nearly enough. Oops. But even with that, only 6 hours, 8 minutes of sleep. There were other times where it was like an hour off.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I could be in bed for literally like 8.5 hours and it would say I got 7 hours of sleep. So that opened my eyes to things.
Now, it would have been interesting to see our time in bed and our sleep quality prior to us getting our little evil micro chihuahua who doesn't.
He's not
he's
evil.
Nocturnal.
He's not evil. He's awesome.
He's evil.
That was the problem though. I don't wake up at 7:14 in the morning. I get woken up at 7:14 in the morning
Oh yeah, sometimes earlier.
by Pablo.
Yes, El Jefe.
6:45 this morning. So here you can see disturbances. So now we're drilling down into the sleep screen and it says 6 disturbances. What's interesting is like, look how equally spaced out those 3 are, you know? This was kind of weird, you know, it changes night over night. Like Mariel said, yours weren't monitored.
Yeah, like I know I was up for like 30 minutes one night because I had to go find my dog, and that wasn't recorded.
Yeah, so it's weird. Efficiency. So this is the amount of sleep you got versus the amount of time you spent in bed. I don't struggle there. I fall asleep so quickly. So,
Yeah, yep.
yeah, no issues there. Respiratory rate measures the number of respirations per minute. Don't expect much change night to night. Dramatic changes are meaningful. So I'm always like floating around 60, it seems. And latency measures how long it takes to fall asleep. Track latency. So for me, it says 0 minutes. I don't know. I guess I laid down and just instantly passed out or something.
Probably. I mean, I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, for me, it's like 5 minutes or less. I don't really struggle there. Like I said, a lot of mental strain on myself during the day, doing like 5 things at once. So no issues falling asleep. All right, so this is what the desktop app looks like if you go on the actual computer and your desktop computer instead of your phone. It's not nearly as nice looking as the phone app, so I would recommend just using the phone app.
Yeah.
And final thoughts. I think we're both kind of in agreement that, well, go ahead.
I think we will return this product just because I think the number one issue was that it was really annoying on our wrist. Now, if you guys are people
Comfort.
that wear that Apple Watches or those iPhone, whatever they are, those smartwatches, then you might not have a problem with this. For us, we're both the kind of people that wear nothing on
Yeah,
our
we
skin.
do not wear anything on our wrists, so having this thing constantly attached, especially when you're asleep, if you put your arm, like if you sleep on your hand like this under the pillow,
I had like a
you
bruise.
can feel it under the pillow and it's uncomfortable. So that's the biggest knock against Whoop. When I said I wanted to return it, they're cool about it. I just put reason, it's not comfortable.
Yeah. Overall, though, I mean, it's not bad by any means. I just also didn't really like the fact that it missed out on seeing some of my awake moments. You know, because then, and also I was starting to worry about his placebo effect. He thought he got at least 8 hours of sleep, and the thing was only telling him 6. And from that,
And then I was like, I'm tired.
yeah. Then it's, baby, take care of me. I'm tired. So it could also cause a placebo effect. You know, you might wake up feeling good, and then once you look at your results, you might instantly be like, oh well, I'm tired now. I didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
we don't want to mess with that. We want to just go based on how our body truly feels that day.
Yep. So I guess you have to walk the fine line between getting enough sleep, not oversleeping, and I mean, if you need the Whoop strap to tell you how well you slept, then it's available. Use the link in the description. I think you get hooked up with some sort of a discount because it is a referral link. However, if you don't use it, it's not going to bother us either because all you really get for referring people is a free month, which we're not going to be using. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
Wait, so you have to pay per month?
Yeah, it's monthly, I think. It's like $30 a month.
Okay,
I should
so
have
it's
led
not
with
a-
the cost, by the way. I think it's like $30 a month.
I thought it was a one-time purchase for $50.
No,
So how much was it?
$30.
$30, but a month. It's $30 a month.
Yeah, so you don't pay anything
So
extra
you-
for this.
So you're paying $1 a day to track your sleep.
Yeah, and they'll try to upsell you on getting a different band when you purchase, but you don't need to do that. So, all right, we got to run. We got to get lunch. See you
Yes.
guys.